The Roth IRA explained. First, let's talk about how the Roth IRA works and then how you can contribute to it. Second, we'll cover 5 huge benefits to the Roth IRA that you need to know about. Anyone with a taxable income can do an individual retirement account, an IRA, and you can choose between a Roth IRA or traditional IRA. These accounts are very easy to set up. You can do it in about 10 minutes through a Fidelity or a Vanguard or a Charles Schwab or a company like that. Roth in Roth IRA means you're contributing after tax dollars. And as of 2020, the contribution limits are $6,000 a year or $7,000 a year if you're age 50 and older. You can contribute to your Roth IRA either as a lump sum, like a $6,000 deposit all at once, or you can do it on a scheduled basis throughout the year, such as $500 a month. There are income limits for the Roth IRA, and for the year 2020, as a single person, it's $124,000. If you're married, it's $196,000. That means if you make more than those amounts, you can't directly contribute to a Roth IRA. However, you can contribute to a traditional IRA and immediately roll it over into a Roth IRA. That's what's called a backdoor Roth IRA. What can you invest in your actual IRA? So the IRA isn't the investment, that's just the account through which you're going to start investing. And through your IRA, you can invest in things like stocks, bonds, ETFs, index funds, mutual funds, among others. And if you're not sure where to start, I recommend you sort the mutual funds and the index funds by the highest rate of return over 10 years. Then just pick the top few that are earning the best amounts on their rate of return, index funds or mutual funds. Once you have your investment options picked, you're all set up. You can just do an auto draft from your checking account or from your paycheck, and then you can do an auto invest once the money actually hits your Roth IRA, so you could auto invest in whatever mutual funds or index funds you picked. 5 huge Roth IRA benefits that you need to know about. Number 1, you can take out your own contributions from a Roth IRA at any time. As long as the account has been open for 5 years or longer, any money that you personally put into a Roth IRA, you can withdraw with no taxes and no penalty at any time. But when would this be helpful? Because I don't recommend just pulling out of your IRA to spend on like things such as cars or mortgages. But say you want to retire early. Well, you can't pull out of retirement accounts until you're age 59 and a half, except for the Roth IRA. You can pull your own contributions out because you've already paid taxes on that money. So if you want to retire at, say, 55, but you can't get to all your 401k and things like that until you're 59 and a half, the Roth IRA, you can withdraw your own contributions from age 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 until you hit 59 and a half and live off of that money. The second benefit is going to be the tax bracket risk. Did you know that tax brackets are at a historical low right now? The majority of Americans pay 0% to 15% in income taxes every year. Compare this to taxes in 1952, where there was a tax bracket that paid 92% of their income to the government. Although I don't think taxes will ever be that high again, America is in a huge amount of federal debt, and that's going to have to be paid for by taxes. And by doing a Roth IRA, you're eliminating the risk of a higher tax bracket when you're older, because as soon as you contribute, you pay the taxes on the money this year and you never have to pay taxes on it again. The third huge benefit to a Roth IRA is if you want to take out lump sum amounts of money. For instance, if you want to make a large withdrawal for a big purchase, such as you want to pay off your house, you want to buy a rental property, a car, a boat, a nice vacation. If you take out a large amount of money from a traditional IRA or traditional 401k, you're going to get hammered in taxes because you're taking out such a large amount of money, it may bump you into the next highest tax bracket. For example, say you want to buy a $300,000 rental property in cash during retirement. If you have a Roth IRA, you can pull the $300,000 out and pay for the rental property in cash, no taxes to worry about. However, if you have a traditional 401k or traditional IRA, you would have to pull out about $476,000 to pay for the $300,000 rental property because you're going to get hit with a high tax bracket. The fourth Roth IRA benefit is going to be no required minimum distributions, no RMDs. Unlike a 401k, a 403b, a TSP, a 457b, a traditional IRA, they all have RMDs. However, the only retirement account that is not subject to an RMD is going to be a Roth IRA. RMDs start at age 72, and at age 72, you're required to pull out about 4%. However, after that, it increases every single year, where if you're 85 years old, your RMD is almost 7%, and it keeps going up and up the longer you live, to the point where you're gonna have a hard time keeping up with inflation because you're required to pull out so much of your retirement account. A good rule of thumb is to always roll over whatever employer retirement plan you have into an IRA as soon as you leave that employer. So whether you quit, get fired, you retire, take your 401k or whatever plan you have and roll it into an IRA. If you have a traditional 401k, roll it into a traditional IRA. If you have a Roth 401k, roll it into a Roth IRA. That way you don't have to worry about RMDs. The fifth and final Roth IRA benefit is going to be the wealth you leave behind. Any money that you leave behind in an IRA or a 401k is going to go to a beneficiary, like a loved one, such as a family member. According to the IRS, that loved one has 10 years to withdraw the money that you leave them. If you leave behind a large sum of money and it's in a traditional type account, your loved one is going to get hammered with taxes when they try to withdraw it, because that money is going to count as income for them and it's going to raise their income tax bracket that year. Whereas if you have a Roth IRA and they inherit that Roth IRA, they don't have to pay any taxes. They can take it out in full or they can take it out slowly over those 10 years. Doesn't matter, they never have to pay taxes on it. For example, say you make it to retirement with $1 million and you live off of that $1 million. When you die, that $1 million gets passed on. If you have $1 million in your traditional account, when the person goes to withdraw that money, they're going to get hit with a 37% tax, leaving them with only $630,000. However, if the $1 million is in a Roth IRA account, when your loved one goes and pulls the $1 million out, they're going to take home $1 million because there's no taxes that they have to pay on it. That's it for this week's video, guys. I hope to see you next Monday. And remember, this channel is all about financial education and helping you be smarter with money. So please consider subscribing if you're getting value out of these videos. Thanks. I'll see you next time.